What if we told you a civilization lasted for over 3,000 years? Longer than the time between us and the Roman Empire. Ancient Egypt wasn't just about pyramids and pharaohs. It was about eternity, about building a society that defied time itself. So buckle up, because in the next 10 minutes, we're diving deep into the rise, glory, and legacy of ancient Egypt. Before we travel back in time, make sure to subscribe to Across the Ages. Every week, we bring the past to life with rich stories and timeless civilizations, like this one. Let's rewind, way back. Around 5,000 years ago, two separate kingdoms, Upper Egypt in the south and Lower Egypt in the north, flourished along the Nile River. Why the Nile? Because in a world of endless sand, it was life itself. Like a highway of water and food, it gave birth to farming, trade, and communities. Then came a man named Narmer, or Menes, depending on who you ask. Around 3100 BC, he unified the two lands and became the first pharaoh of a new, powerful kingdom. And just like that, ancient Egypt was born. This was the Old Kingdom, and it's when Egypt went big, really big. Think of the pyramids as the skyscrapers of the ancient world. Monumental, mathematical, and mystical. The most famous of all? The Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu. It stood as the tallest man-made structure in the world for nearly 4,000 years. These weren't just tombs, they were gateways to eternity. Egyptians believed in an afterlife more real than this one, so everything, art, architecture, rituals, revolved around preparing for forever. After the pyramid era, Egypt fractured. Local rulers fought for power. The Nile's blessings faded, but eventually, a new line of kings restored order, and with it, a cultural revival. This Middle Kingdom was less about giant monuments and more about wisdom, literature, and expansion. It was Egypt growing wiser, not just grander. If you're enjoying this journey so far, subscribe to Across the Ages for more epic history documentaries. There's a lot more past to uncover. Then came a shock. Egypt was invaded. The Hyksos, a foreign people, brought something new. Horse-drawn chariots. It was like showing up to a sword fight with a tank. But Egypt adapted, evolved, and kicked them out. Enter the new kingdom, Egypt at its absolute peak. This was the age of Tutankhamun, Ramses the Great, and Hatshepsut, one of the first great female rulers in history. They built empires. They ruled with ambition. They left behind temples so massive, they still stare in awe. This was Egypt in full color, diplomacy, warfare, art, religion, all woven into one. To truly get ancient Egypt, you have to understand their mindset. Life was temporary, death was a passage, and gods were everywhere. They worshipped a vast pantheon: Ra, the sun god; Osiris, god of the dead; Anubis, protector of tombs. Pharaohs were seen as living gods, the bridge between earth and divine. But ordinary Egyptians? They farmed, raised families, told stories, and prayed just like us. In many ways, their daily lives were surprisingly relatable. All empires fall, and so did Egypt. Foreign powers swept in. The Libyans, the Assyrians, the Persians. Then came Alexander the Great, and after him, the Romans. The last true pharaoh, Cleopatra VII, a brilliant multilingual ruler who tried to keep Egypt independent. But in 30 BC, after her death and Rome's conquest, the age of the pharaohs came to an end. But did Egypt really die? Not quite. Its legacy is etched into stone, into science, into story. The way they mummified the dead, it shaped early medicine. Their art, still studied today. Their myths, echo in every fantasy tale. Even now, 5,000 years later, their pyramids still stand. Think about that. In a world of disappearing data and broken phones, their monuments survived the sands of time. From desert dust to immortal stone, ancient Egypt wasn't just a civilization. It was a message to the future. And now, you're a part of that story. If this journey moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us on more incredible voyages through time right here on Across the Ages.